Hey guys, how are you guys doing today, man? It's another beautiful day out in the field. Um, I'm glad you guys are able to tune in. Today, I'm going to take the time to really talk about church loans, how a new church can get a loan. So I'm going to spend some time talking about that, and then I'm going to go through that a little bit, and then hopefully guys tune in and check it out. And in the meantime, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Just put pound hey Rick in your comment, and I'll make sure I get back to you, or else you're gonna get my staff giving you stuff. So leave a comment, pound hey Rick. Um, Anyhow, so you get a lot of new churches, and what happens is those guys really don't know the entire process. And what I mean by that is when you first start, it's like with any business. When you're starting, you got to work your way from the ground up. You know what I mean? You'll probably be listed as a pastor or different things like that, but there's a certain way to do it. And if you're a pastor and you're doing your personal taxes, there's a certain way to do it. You know what I mean? So on the pastoral side, there's a way to do it for there's a way to do things for the church, and there's a way to do things for business. So if you don't know what you're doing for the church, because you're just starting out, it's something that if it's not done right, it can affect you. So with that being said, always take a moment to really explain the churches. All right. So first things first. Like with any business, you gotta set up your corporation. I'm like literally gonna go through the process with you. Like with any business, I'm just gonna talk on the side of the important needed paperwork in order to be able to get the loan. So like with any business, you gotta get your corporation. That's rule number one. You have to get your corporation of some sort, okay, for your church. All right. If you don't have your corporation, you're doing it under your name. It's not going to be beneficial. There's going to be a lot of tax issues. All right. So that's that. Next thing, you have to register with the IRS. You have to let the IRS know that you are a church. Okay. Because the IRS will begin expecting certain docs from you to let them know that you are a church. So you got to register with the IRS. Okay. After that, you have to get an accountant of some sort to help you with your books. Meaning, now with any church, a church does not do a profit and loss or anything like that. So any church, if they give you a profit and loss, whoever's doing their books is not doing them justice. So remember this: a church does not do a profit and loss. Okay? A church does a statement of financial activity, month in and month out. That's equivalent to a profit and loss for the business people that's probably checking this out. Okay? So they have to do their statements of financial activity. Okay? Within the statement of financial activity is how they're going to be able to show their numbers. It's always best, the church operates inside and then they operate outside. So it's always best for the church to have some sort of accountant of some sort external outside of the church, meaning they're not entangled with what you're doing inside the church. Okay, I see a lot of churches go out of their way, get somebody that's working on the inside of the church to do their accounting, and what ends up happening is the stuff doesn't get executed all the way. So take the time to go outside and hire an accountant, a CPA preferably, or an accountant. Okay, if you don't have anybody, you can just shoot me a message and I'll get you somebody that'll definitely work with you. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll put a link below for the accountant if you don't have anybody. All right, so your books. Okay, you gotta have your books done. So that's statement of financial activity, and you gotta have a balance sheet of some sort for the church. Okay. Now, once you have those main things, you have to have some form of a pastoral resume. All right, whoever's leading the church, they have to have some sort of pastoral resume. They have to have it somewhere, whether it's a Word document, or whether it's PDF, whether it's hanging online. But you have to have some sort of pastoral resume. All right, that shows that. Okay. When you're doing those particular ones, okay? So when you have those things set in place, now you can actually take the time to actually go and see exactly what's going on, what is needed. All right. Now, when you're buying a property, okay, for the church, when you're buying a property for a church or as a church, remember they need a minimum of 2 years. So you can start in 2018 and have everything up to 2020. But as long as everything's recorded correctly, you should be okay. So one of the most important things is ensure that you do have the books. All right. So remember, it's 2 years. No matter how you look at it, no matter what the church does, it's 2 years. Okay. Depending on your location, where you're at in the United States, it's regardless of the fact, it's going to always be the same thing. But depending on your location, I may not use the same financial institution to help you with your loan. So with that being said, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you've got questions. Pound Hey Rick, and then ask your question, man. I'm all about it, man. I am all about it. To help you answer your questions and whatnot. I think it's detrimentally crucial that we take the time to learn, to help the church more, and then also I think it's detrimentally crucial that we get leaders in place to do more in the community. All right. And when the leader is in place doing more in the community, it just helps the community so much more. Okay. With that being said, guys, if you didn't hit the like button, subscribe, drop the comment or anything. With that being said, if you have an organization that you believe needs help, please feel free to reach out to me, man. I'm going to put my contact information down below, and I'm going to also make sure there's a screen on this thing that flips over to give you my contact information. I just can't tell you how important it is to be able to get the proper assistance that you need. All right? So, remember, when you're a church, once those things are done and they're collected and they're in place, it's going to be so much easier for you to operate. It's going to be so much easier for you to get benefits. It's going to be so much easier to set a plan out, to do things within the community. But before you start doing all that craziness within the community, helping people, doing all that stuff, you want to own your facility first. So my goal is to help you own the facility first. It's much tougher renting, because all the things you want to do, you are limited because you're paying a rental income that is much, much higher than what you would be paying to just own the church. So remember that. Take the time, own the facility, be the leader in the community, ask questions, and always believe in what you're doing. All right? With that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I look forward to all of your questions. I look forward to helping so many more churches, helping so many more pastors become owners of their facility. And If you have questions, just drop me a message, drop me a comment, shoot an email, whatever it is. I'll put all that information down below. And thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon.